So today we are going to see LM potency, which is introduced by Dr. Hahnemann. Everybody knows that before this potency, Dr. Hahnemann introduced centesimal scale. That was same aphorism number 270, but was introduced in the 5th edition. But this LM potency, it was introduced in 6th edition of Organon of Medicine. But what was the name given by Dr. Hahnemann was renewed dynamization. As before, he has given a centesimal scale. That's why for the 50 millisimal scale, his name given was renewed dynamization. And the name 50 millisimal scale is given by Dr. Pyrrhus Kemet from Geneva. So, in 50 millisimal scale, designations are, as per Dr. Hahnemann, this potency is denoted by 0 by 1, 0 by 2, 0 by 3 like this. And from other people, it is denoted LM1, LM2, LM3 like this. In this, L represents 50 and M represents millisimal. And as per Dr. Hahnemann, 0 by 1, 0 by, here this 0 represents the poppy seeds size globule, which are mostly the 5 number globule or 10 number globule. Now, slides are again not shared. Perfect. It's okay, but I will tell next step is that whenever this 50 millisimal scale is prepared, it is first you have to prepare mother tincture. But for preparing mother tincture, it is very necessary to prepare the potencies first in centesimal scale, because the drug substance should be get activated. So up to 3rd potency, every potentization is take place by taking centesimal scale, that is up to 3rd centesimal potency. After preparing 3rd centesimal potency, we have to prepare mother tincture. So 3rd potency is prepared. That means every first potency will have centesimal, first potency will have 1 by 100 drug strength. Like this, up to 3 hours we are triturating. So drug strength will be 1 by 10 raised to 6. So after preparing this 3rd potency of centesimal scale, then we have to convert this into mother tincture. Mother tincture, for preparation of mother tincture, there is 2nd step, that is this 3rd potency, centesimal scale's 3rd potency is taken in one part and then it is dissolved in 500 parts of purified water and 100 part of alcohol. So when you add in this, first you have to add 400 part of purified water, shake it vigorously so that whatever one part you have added of 3C potency, it will get dissolved, and then 100 part of alcohol, and then we have to succus it And that will be the second part, which is the mother tincture of 50 millisiemens. Now, from this mother tincture, we are going to prepare first potency, that is 0 by 1. When you want to prepare 0 by 1 potency, at that time, you have to take a phial of 4 ounce or a phial in which there is two methods. You can take by ml or you can take by minute, that is drop by drop. When you put 1 drop of mother tincture and you add, hello, hello,
All participants are requested to mute yourself, please. All the participants are requested to mute yourself, please. Yes, please.
one part of mother tincture and 100 part of alcohol, transfer in a phial which will fill up to 3/4, leaving 1/4 vacant. Cork the bottle and give 100 downward succussion. That 100 downward succussion will create 0 by 1 potency. Now this from this be prepared by, first you have, for that we have to, every potency will decrease by 1 by 50,000 of potency. So for that you have to take that one part of 0 by 1 potency, and that will be, first you have to medicate with the poppy seed size globule. That poppy seed size globule, which will be approximately 500 ml, or they are 65 milligram. So that are first medicated with 0 by 1 dilution or potency, which you have just prepared. Then you have to add slowly, drop-wise manner. Then you have to cork the phial and shake it, roll it between the palm, and then keep it for some time so that inverted position, all the globule get medicated. Now this medicated globule, they are dried well with the help of filter paper or blotting paper, and then from this medicated globule, you should take a single globule in another phial, clean phial, and in which add 1 standard drop of purified water, so that this single globule get dissolved in it, and then you have to add 100 drop of alcohol. After adding 100 drop of alcohol, you have to again cork the bottle and give 100 downward succussion, and that will be the 0 by 2 potency. Like this, you can prepare further potencies and number of potencies up to 0 by 30 potency. Then these potencies, they now these potencies are prepared, and how to administer, we will see how to administer these potencies. For administration of these potencies, again criteria is the administration is always done in liquid form. The liquid form, that means you have to take a phial of 4 ounce, fill it up to 3/4, and then add the required potency. If it is a 0 by 6 or 0 by 2 or 0 by 10, any which you want, then add that medicated globule in that phial cock the phial, succus it, and then that will be, you have to add 10 to 15 drop of alcohol. Why? Because that prepared water should be preserved for at least 8 days. Then we will make the marks on the bottle, and then it will be the doses. The doses are marked. Now, these doses, they are administered, Kali administration. Now see, sorry that I am unable to do the slides. So this is preparation slide. See, 1 grain of medicinal substance which is saturated up to third potency, that is for 3 hours. So the potency drug strength will be 1/10⁶. And second part is when you take a saturated 1 part and add 500 parts of liquid vehicle, that is 400 drops of distilled water and 100 drops of alcohol. This will be the mother tincture of 50 millisiemen scale. That is 1/50, 500 multiplied by 1/10⁶, which becomes 1/5 multiplied by 10⁸. Now this, from which we are going to prepare 0/1 potency. See this, that from mother tincture, how you will prepare 0/1 potency. For that, take a 1 drop of mother tincture in a clean natural glass phial, add 100 drop of pure alcohol and potentize it by giving 100 downward succussions. Then your strength will be 1/5 multiplied by 10⁻10. Then how this liquid is converted into globule form. That is, when we want to prepare another potency, it should be first converted into globule form. This medicinal liquid, for which we have to take poppy seed globule. In common language, we call that poppy seed is khaskhas. So these are the small tiny globules. They are approximately 65 milligram or 500 in number. They are taken in a phial and they are moistened properly by adding this potency 0/1 into it, and then you have to shake it and you have to dry that globule, and which are absorbed by the 0/1 potency. After that, how to prepare 0/2 potency? Every time whenever you want to prepare next potency, at that time you have to convert it in a globule form, and then from which you can prepare next potency, that is 0/2 potency. When you want to prepare 0/2 potency, take one single globule from 0/1 potency in another clean phial, add a standard drop of water in it and dissolve it. Then add 100 drop of alcohol and give 100 downward succussions, which will prepare 0/2 potency. So like this, we can prepare different potencies. These preparations of higher potencies are done up to 30th potency. That means 1/30 potency. According to Dr. Hahnemann, this is medicamentorum of globule, which will heal the spiritual sick people and transfer, or they give the cure. Then we will see how to administer medicine in 50 millisiemen potency. So which is given in aphorism number 272. So according to which, take this globule which you want to prescribe, and for which you have to take the phial in which you have to transfer the required potency, and then you have to add the purified water into it up to 3/4. and then add 15 to 20 drop of alcohol, so that whatever potency or liquid which you want to administer will get preserved at least 8 to 10 days. In case of repetition of doses, vital force does not accept any unchanged potency. But when you want to administer or there is slight change in the person, we can give the potency in different repetitions. So the repetitions can be given after 8 hours, 12 hours or 10 hours like this. But if the persons who are very sensitive, in that case, repetitions can be given according to their sensitivity, for which the people who are more sensitive, for them you have to transfer this single dose into the third, fourth or fifth glass, and then that is stirred and given the dose, and required remaining is discarded. Whenever you want to take this dose, that is the prepared glass, from the prepared glass you have to take 1 to 2 tablespoons, and then remaining is discarded. Like this, you can prepare different glasses and you can administer dose. But before taking dose, every time when the part is taken for preparation of glass, that bottle should be sucked 10 times, 8, 12 times, and then it is prepared. According to Dr. Hahnemann, he recommended in aphorism 248 that the medicinal file or the administration can be done by inhalation method. That is, you have to suckers that bottle, open the cork and hold it in front of your nostril so that the fumes can be inhaled. And this is one of the another method of ingestion or taking a medicine in a sensitive person. In case of aggravation takes place in 50 millisiemens scale, it is very easy to remove this aggravation, that is by only stopping the potency or the dose of giving to the patient, so that it will reduce within few hours or few days. And again, you can prepare different glasses in the third, fourth glass, and then you can prescribe, or you can wait and watch and then prepare glasses and then give to the patient, which will control the aggravation of the patient. Now, in this 50 millisiemens scale, how you will select potency? According to Dr. Hahnemann, this selection of potency is given in aphorism 270 in 6th edition, that our potencies can be selected from 0/1 to 0/30. But majority of the patient, they get cured within the 0/10 potency. So there are many patients, they get healed by 0/3, 0/6, 0/10. So there is no need to give potency above the 0/30 potency. So whenever you want to start this 50 millisiemens potencies, you can start from lowest, that is from 0/1 or 0/3, and then gradually you can increase the potency if needed. Then there are different time modalities which should be considered before administration of this 50 millisiemens potency in different remedies. That is, if there is a case of fever, the approximate or appropriate time for which is you should administer the medicine in between the paroxysms of the fever. If there is any acute or chronic case, there is definite period which is given in different under different drugs, that is aggravation time modality. So it should be considered, and we should not administer this potency in its aggravation time. For example, if there is patient suffering from syphilis, the medicine should not be given at night time because there is aggravation at night time. Like this, whenever medicines are administered, we should see the aggravation time of each and every medicine, and accordingly, we should administer medicine. It should not be given in its aggravation time. There are several drugs which are having its aggravation time. So avoid that aggravation time and give in the right time. Now we will see there are different advantages of using this 50 millisimol potency. That is, every 50 millisimol potency is first, it is dynamized in such a way that it is minimizing in its aggravations. It is seen that there is less aggravation as compared to 30 centesimal scale. And every time when you see the cure, it is always rapid, gentle, and permanent. That is, if you require any repetitions, you can give repetitions with this 50 millisimal scale. If there is aggravation which is very minimum and which can be easily removable. Or you can even give this medicine, this scale or 50 millisimal potency in cases which are incurable, that is deplorable cases also, where many of the physicians, they have fear of aggravation. So this is one of the advantage. Again, this 50 millisimal potency can prescribe in cases which are miasmatic cases or long-acting medicines, or where administrations, physician have problem of selection of time. In that cases also, you can select this potency by applying few doses. Then this potency gives quicker action or cure in chronic diseases, where the treatment in the allopathic system of medicine, which is longer, but when you administer 50 millisimal scale, the time of acting or curing cases is decreased up to 1.5 or less of that time, because of this potentized scale. Then if you want to repeat the doses, it can be frequently repeated, because there is no hesitation. Even in polycrest or even in emergency cases, you can administer every hourly or after few minutes also. In fever cases, you can administer after few minutes also. It's one of the advantages, the latent power of drug is aroused because of this 100 downward succussion, and because of which the action becomes rapid, long lasting with the penetration, and it gives gentle remedial effect which give the restoration of health. If there is aggravation, it is very nominal, or you can easily control that aggravation. You can administer this potency again with the olfaction method or oral method. Then it is also useful in the cases, that is mental diseases, where there is fear of administration or fear of aggravation with the centesimal scale. So in 50 millisimal scale, you can easily without fear administer in mental diseases. There are some medicines which are prescribed as constitutional medicines. So, or if there are incurable diseases, in that case, you can administer as a palliative treatment. So, in both the cases, you can administer this scale or potency. There are some diseases which are chronic diseases, but they are called as one-sided diseases because they have got very few symptoms on which you can unable to find out remedy, but in that case also 50 millisiemen gives the cure. Again, this one advantage is in suppression cases, you can administer this potency, which will open the case, and you can again start the treatment for the suppressed cases. This is again useful in miasmatic diseases, those which are suffering from psora, syphilis, or psychosis. Even in some chronic cases, we can choose this potency for the long lasting remedies, which will give a good result with repetition of dose. In some few cases, which are acute cases, you can repeat the dose for 6 hourly, 4 hourly, 3 hourly, or hourly in the intervals, which will give good remedial effect, and we can administer. These are few advantages. These are many advantages than the centesimal potency. There are only 3 or 4 disadvantages of using this 50 millisiemen. That is, thing is it is always administered in liquid form. Second is how to preserve that medicine which is prepared in liquid form, and which file should be taken, cork should be clean. So all these things should be seen before preparing dose. Then if there is aggravation while using this scale, it is that physician should come to know by the patient that there is aggravation. Otherwise, if patient stays long where he cannot contact or cannot come to the physician, that will be the difficulty in case of aggravation. Then whatever mode of preparation and mode of administration is there is, because it is given in liquid potency, physician and patient is having less enthusiasm because how to prepare and how to take that medicine, and is it a correct dose, that problem comes. So these are the few 3 or 4 disadvantages of 50 millisiemen potency. Like this, you can prepare 50 millisiemen potency, you can administer potency, and you can see these much advantages of 50 millisiemen potency. So this is what I want to explain you about the 50 millisiemen potency in reference to different aphorism numbers of Dr. Hahnemann given. So this is one of the best potency which can be administered. And my own experience is I have also used this 50 millisiemen scale in my family also. To my son, I have given this 50 millisiemen potency. So I know that this is one of the potency which can be used. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We have a few questions.
Yeah.
Yes. The first question is how much 50 millisiemens is effective in case of chronic diseases?
You can use this potency in chronic cases because it is also used acute as well as in chronic diseases. Every physician is having fear of administrating in chronic diseases, but if you administer it, it will give you result, and then you will able to know that at what time you have to repeat, or is there immediate repetition can be given. So you can give, it is useful in chronic diseases or long lasting remedies also, which are deep acting.
Yes, ma'am. There is another question. When do we decide when to increase the potency? Like if a person is starting with 0/1, a physician is starting with 0/1, when to decide to upgrade that to 0/2 or 0/3, like that?
Only when you come to know that there is no complete cure and now the case is standstill, and you require a repetition, but you can increase your potency, because few of the symptoms which may remain, for which you want a repetition, at that time you can increase your potency and can administer with a single dose, so that will be cure the remaining symptoms. So at that time you can upgrade your potency.
There's another question. How many drugs were studied by Dr. Hahnemann for the study of 50 millisieverts potency? How many drugs Dr. Hahnemann studied for this research in 50 millisieverts potency?
No, exact that number is not given anywhere, because this scale was introduced after the death of Dr. Hahnemann. But before that, when he introduced he first used this medicine in many people, proved, and then he had written that all the pharmacological actions of different medicines for the 50 millisiemens scale. So exact number is not given for the by the Hahnemann.
Okay, there is another question. In India, we use the designation 0/1, 0/2, 0/3 to represent 50 millisievert scale. Is there any other designation in anywhere in the world? Is it different in different countries, or is it the same throughout the world?
No, it is throughout the world same, because Hahnemann himself used 0/1, 0/2, but you can also write down LM1, LM2, and in some countries like Indonesia and there, they are writing only Roman 1, 2 like this. So other than this, there is no any designation given in over the world.
There is another question. Alcohol is used in dispensing alcohol or pure alcohol. Which kind of alcohol is used for preparing the potencies? Is it pure alcohol or dispensing alcohol?
You can use, if you want to administer immediately, dispensing alcohol is used. But if you want to preserve this potency, at that time you have to use pure alcohol. That is alcohol.
Okay. Ma'am, are you there? Yes. There's another question. Can we use two potencies simultaneously?
No. You cannot use two potencies simultaneously, because if you want, you are administrating 0/1 or 0/3, you have to wait and watch, and you have to see the action of 0/3.